working overtime, setting up the government for success, and focusing on doing the people's work, the work of everyday Albertans. So let me just talk about some of those priorities so that you know what's happening as we get into the fall session. We have begun drafting the Sovereignty Act for the upcoming fall session, and I want to just let you know the approach that we're taking on this, because I know Albertans are proud Canadians. I know that we also want to be treated fairly. The mantra here is we want Alberta to be treated just like Quebec. We want Ottawa to respect our provincial jurisdiction. We want them to treat us like we are a senior partner in Confederation, and that is what the Sovereignty Act will do. Let me also talk to you a little bit about healthcare, because this is what I hear everywhere I go around the province, and I can tell you our colleagues in the legislature, our caucus members, and our cabinet ministers are hearing exactly the same thing. Jason Copping is our health minister, and he went around the province, 34 different rural ridings to get the feedback from you. RJ Sigurdsson, he's our parliamentary secretary for EMS. He knows all the problems that we have in ambulance services, and we're going to fix them. Because we need a healthcare system that respects the dignity of the person, and most importantly, our seniors and our most vulnerable. And what I've seen lately, things like hospital floor medicine, it's simply unacceptable. I have to tell you, my dad had to go into the hospital earlier this week, and he had spent 20 hours in the emergency room before he ended up getting admitted. So it is happening everywhere, in every community, and it must stop. The elite AHS management has failed you. The elite AHS management has failed frontline nurses and doctors and paramedics. So it's time to say goodbye to the elite AHS management. And that change is going to start with a grassroots health commissioner who can stabilize the system and improve the quality of our healthcare. We need a bottom-up healthcare system that relies on the expertise of frontline health workers, not the people on the top floor who have lost touch. And this includes the fact that we have to listen to our regions in Alberta. That includes rural Alberta. That includes our mid-sized cities. As your MLA for Brooks Medicine Hat, I will restore a local approach to healthcare that we have lost over the last number of years. Because rural Alberta, doesn't matter where I go, I hear this. We need more doctors. We need more nurses. We need more paramedics. We need better ambulance response time. And we are tired of waiting. So right here, right now, let me make a healthcare promise to you and to every Albertan. Help is on the way. Talk about inflation and the wallets and bank accounts of Alberta families, and they've been under attack by this NDP Liberal coalition that we have in Ottawa. And I have asked Rachel Notley many, many times over the last number of weeks to have a conversation with her NDP leader, Jagmeet Singh, and plead with him to stop the 300% increase in the carbon tax. Now, so far, she's refused to do that. And until she does, Albertans don't want her pretending that she cares about issues of affordability. She is putting socialist policies and an Ottawa carbon tax, which does nothing for the environment, ahead of the livelihoods of Alberta families and Alberta businesses. And it's not fair to Albertans to ever raise the carbon tax, certainly not fair to raise it 300% right now or ever. It is not fair to Albertans to increase the price of groceries, to raise the price of their gasoline, to raise the price of utilities, and to put them further into debt. So Rachel Notley might not care about you being able to pay your bills, but I do. And those are the issues that are keeping me up at night as Premier, and I will not stop working until they are solved. In fact, we even put in place a new Minister of Affordability and Utilities, Matt Jones. You're going to be hearing a lot from him in the next little while because he's got a lot of work to do to address these issues in the fall session. Because this government, your government, by hell or high water, we are going to bring back the Alberta Advantage, and this land will be prosperous and free. You can count on it. Now, today I was also at the Brooks Gun Show. If you haven't had a chance to go over there, you should, because guess what? It was filled with responsible firearms owners who purchased their firearms legally. And I must say, yes, our own chief firearms Finance Officer Terry Bryant is over there, and she has already given some suggestions to our Justice Minister Tyler Shandro about how we are going to keep it that way. Keep those legally purchased firearms in the hands of the folks who purchase them. Because when you look at the way in which our firearms are used, especially in rural Alberta, they're used by our farmers and our ranchers to protect their land and their livestock. They are used as well to make sure that those who are involved in the sport shooting area have the ability to enjoy that hobby. We're teaching the younger generation as well about the responsible use of firearms. So let me confirm to every legal firearm owner in Alberta, private property is provincial jurisdiction. Policing is provincial jurisdiction. The RCMP contract is under our jurisdiction to direct them on what our policing priorities are, and I am going to ensure it remains that way. So I can imagine that Justin Trudeau may have never spent a night on a farm, but I can tell you that our farmers and ranchers, they are sure happy when they have a legal firearm when a fox or a coyote comes messing with their livestock at 3 o'clock in the morning. And increasingly too, we also know how insecure people are feeling because we are seeing an increasing number of thefts that are happening on rural property. When we are focused on the issues that are policing priorities for you, we know what it is. It's making sure that we don't have guns smuggled across the border, ending up in the hands of organized crime and gangs, making sure as well that when people come out into rural Alberta that there's a police response here to make sure that we're going to address those issues. That is our policing priority. That's what we're going to be focused on. Now let me just finish here by telling you about something that I think is vitally important, something I feel like we've lost sight on in the last number of years. And the issue is community. I often talk about what makes conservatives different. What we care about as conservatives is freedom. We care about family. We care about faith. We care about free enterprise, and we care about the fellowship that we have in the communities that we're building. Yesterday, I sent a video message to Foothills Country Hospice, and there are many organizations like this all over Alberta. They were raising money and donations so they could help people by providing dignity and peace in the end of care life. This is an incredible place that took care of my mother-in-law during her final days. As conservatives, we believe that it's community groups like this that are the backbone of society. It is always community that comes together with a lot of love and takes care of what urgent needs are in a community. I've met so many wonderful community groups as I've been traveling around through the riding, and I'm looking forward to celebrating their successes and sharing their successes with the rest of the province. I want you to know as Premier that I am so incredibly proud of the people of this province when they dedicate their time and their talent and their love to the things that really matter to build their community. So keep your chins up and hold your heads high for what all you accomplish, because in the end of the day, government is really just a collection of people trying to do right by their families and by each other. It's our job in government to support all those local community efforts and to make sure that those bonds stay strong. And that will be the focus of our government. As a government, please know that we must take our marching orders from the grassroots people of this province, from the small farms and all the way to the down and all the way to the big cities. And I tell you, we've got Minister Todd Lowen back in caucus, and he's going to make sure we stand through that. So keep informed and keep engaged, and I know that there has been a lot of elections lately, so thank you for participating in one more of them. But I'm not stopping. I won't stop. The work we have to do is just way too important. Let me tell you something. I'm not stopping because, trust me, the NDP are going to do everything they can to find my off switch, and they are going to be very disappointed. I'm going to ask something of you today. I need you to keep on going. I need you to keep pushing. Just please keep talking to your neighbors. I need you to show me just how Albertan you truly are, because if we do that, we can stick together and we can beat the NDP in rural Alberta, we can beat the NDP in Calgary, we can beat the NDP in Edmonton, and all of that starts right here with the UCP victory.